Welcome to Speak for Yourself, Marcellus Wiley. Emmanuel, spicy acho sandwich over there. You, as the lady said, you look like a snack. That's what I hear in the streets.
Is that what they say in the streets?
I don't know. That's what they say online, at least. And I think it's happening on the streets. How you feel right now?
I'm good, big dog. If ever you can see the gold chain popping, you know it's going to be a good show.
Oh, okay. And the glasses.
Oh, that's
prescription or just fresh?
Just fresh.
Just fresh. My dog. Well, let's start with some fresh news out of Chicago, where Justin Fields has officially been named the Bears starting quarterback, while Andy Dalton, recovers from a bone bruise in his knee. Okay, Bears fans seem to have finally gotten what they wished for, but Matt Nagy has said Dalton is the starter when healthy. So, Acho, has the Justin Fields era in Chicago officially begun?
Yes, it has. Bears fans, honestly, whole NFL get put on notice for this one. And I say this because the Justin Fields era is here, and it is here to stay. Now, it is the worst thing that could have happened to Matt Nagy, because Matt Nagy lost his ace in the hole in Justin Fields. However, Justin Fields' era beginning is the best thing that could happen to the Chicago Bears.
Let's go.
Because finally you are putting in a quarterback who can take you where you want to go. I'll start like this. If you were a Bears fan and you go to sleep with Mitch Trubisky as your quarterback and you wake up and you see Andy Dalton, you went back to sleep. But then you wake up and you see Justin Fields. Oh, I'm wide awake. Now you up and you ready. You do not want to go back to sleep, wake up, and see Andy Dalton again, because that will be your last sleep. The Bears are now in a position where they've awoken themselves and seen Justin Fields. This is a great position to be in. I'm not saying Justin Fields is going to be a top 5, top 10 quarterback on Sunday. No. But we know Justin Fields has top 5 and top 10 potential sooner than later. So while Justin Fields starting is the worst thing for Matt Nagy, I fully think it's the best thing for the Chicago Bears, because now Justin Fields will start to learn, he'll start to grow, he'll start to mature, and you will see the exponential growth down the line. Might be a couple months, might be a couple days, might be a couple years, but it's going to come sooner than later.
I am totally disagreeing with you right now. The era hasn't officially begun. You know why? Because after Andy Dalton was injured and after Justin Fields was named the starter, they still said Andy Dalton will be the starter when he's healthy. Why would you dig yourself a deeper ditch if you know you're really trying to transition to Justin Fields? That you need to respect. Let's respect even more that this is not good for Justin Fields. Let's talk about who Justin Fields is right now. Number 11 pick overall. So everyone's sitting there saying, put him in. Why? Because he's better than Andy Dalton. You're right. But think about this. Step back away from this realization and understand, if he's more talented, he has a better projection in production, he is the greater investment as a number 11 pick, and he still wasn't the starter? Oh, something's going on that the eyes can't see. Let's talk about what that is. Whether it's understanding, a gentleman's handshake, a silent or overt agreement from upstairs to Andy Dalton, whatever it is, there's something at play more so than just who's the better player. Let's talk about what Mark Sanchez said up here yesterday in terms of them trying to mirror and parallel what happened in Kansas City with Alex Smith and that transition to Patrick Mahomes. Now, neither one of these guys are those guys, but still the example stands. But here's the greater point. Outside of all them points I already made, I don't even know if I need to do another one. Case dismissed. You know what I'm saying? We up in small claims court now with your. Let's talk about a 53% passer in Justin Fields. It's only been a few plays, right? Let's talk about all he has right now on the highlight reel for confidence is a third down scramble. All right. Let's talk about how they're really looking at this situation from a global perspective. You ready to go through this, or you want me to wait till lap 2? Because I can see you right now. You're trying to get back in court. There have been 27 first-round quarterbacks since 2000. I love to use 2000 because that's when you finally came of age and at least start watching football without your daddy always saying, come here, boy. All right, so there have been 27 first-round quarterbacks made 12 or more starts in their rookie season. 15, to be exact, have had career-losing records. Little bit of a crapshoot. Actually, it's worse than good. Let's talk about, did it work out for these guys? And these guys were picked higher than him, including number 1 overall, David Carr, Joey Harrington, Blake Bortles, Blaine Gabbert, Josh Rosen, etc. Winning or losing record, Blaine Gabbert. Let's just get through this. Blake Bortles, Brandon Wheaton, Daniel Jones, David Carr, Joey Harrington, Josh Rosen, Marcus Mariota. Oh, damn. That was a talent. Sam Bradford. Golly, yo boy. Byron Leftwich, my dog. Got his ring finally, but still losing record. Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston? Really? Justin Herbert. So far, losing record, even though you're a beast. Kyler Murray. Damn. Kyler Murray ain't got a winning record yet? RG3 and Sam Darnold. All I'm saying
What you saying?
Bruh, it shouldn't be the Justin Fields era, and according to Matt Nagy, it's not.
Let me call Marcellus Wiley out, because what y'all unfortunately don't get to see at home, because y'all aren't sitting at the desk 6 feet away.
Is my flat stomach now like, oh.
That is there. But y'all also don't get to hear the lies that come between his teeth. And not necessarily lies, but omissions of truth.
Okay.
See, Sal, what we have to take a time to pause and assess is there's an inverse correlation between where you're drafted and the level of talent on the team you go to. Because the higher you're drafted, the less talented of a team you go to.
That's true.
Jameis Winston gets drafted number 1. His team is not very good in the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield gets drafted number 1. His team is not good in the Browns. But Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, who are the best quarterbacks currently of their draft classes, they actually got drafted later.
Okay.
Hence why they have so much more, a part of the reason they have so much more success. Justin Fields got drafted later than Zach Wilson, later than Trevor Lawrence. You all will see him succeed sooner. But I'm glad you brought up my dog, Mark Sanchez. Because Mark Sanchez, as we know, he was a top 5 pick. He was a 5th.
Stop saying he was top 5. All right, I was a top 52 pick. I was 52, dog. It's okay.
But here's what we know.
Yes.
Sanchez was thrust into a starting lineup probably prematurely. But what you look at from what happened in his first year, and I believe we have the full screen, you then end up seeing his second year and the dividends that it paid. Because the second year, completion percentage higher. Second year, touchdown interception ratio better. Second year, passing yards per game significantly better. And because he started his first year, now you see his second year, he goes from being 8-7 as a starter to 11-5 as a starter. Bears fans, the point I'm trying to make is you might not see Justin Fields pay his dividends just yet. NFL, you might not see Justin Fields ball immediately. But just like Mark Sanchez went through his first year and he struggled, that paid dividends later on. I am not going to rob, nor do I want to, like Matt Nagy, rob Justin Fields of his growth. I'm going to give Justin Fields the opportunity to learn, give Justin Fields the opportunity to grow. Last thing I'll say on this lap.
You better.
I don't recommend doing that for all quarterbacks.
Okay.
Zach Wilson took a beating. He doesn't really have a backup quarterback. Trevor Lawrence, unfortunately, you were the number 1 overall pick. You're going to have to, and you took a beating. But Justin Fields, he has a life raft. The Chicago Bears defense, Khalil Mack, Roquan Smith, Eddie Jackson. So while Justin Fields can go out there and throw an interception like he did against the Bengals, they still win. He doesn't have to deal with his name getting tarnished in the headlines. He doesn't have to deal with the mental, emotional, physical accumulation of losses like Zach Wilson, like Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has not lost 2 regular season games since middle school.
I heard. Flag football, huh?
Since middle school. Zach Wilson threw 3 interceptions his entire last year at BYU. He threw 4 on Sunday. So Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson are accumulating mental, physical, emotional damage that Justin Fields is incubated from because of his Bears defense. It is imperative that Justin Fields' era begins and we don't turn back.
Strong arguments. We're going to open up the courtroom again, let the jurors back in. It's going to be quick, y'all, but settle in. Here's the thing. You brought up inverse correlation. Absolutely correct. But you also brought up some examples that don't support inverse correlation. Basically, you get penalized when you get the best players because your team is not that good. I get it. But you get the reward of the better player, but the penalty is you're on this sorry team. Except if you're Mark Sanchez, who wasn't on the sorry team, who had a winning record his first year, and certainly after that, AFC Championship game. You brought up that example. And also Andrew Luck. Good Lord. Now, that's cooking the books and logic a little bit because, damn it, Peyton Manning leaves and that team was well dressed up. But they had a bad record in position to get Andrew Luck. I digress. Okay. I'm going to attack this argument differently because obviously with your glasses on, things are flipping. Things are not going the right way. I gave you a list of guys who had career losing records and they were thrust into action. And that didn't move you and sway you. It swayed the courtroom, but not you. Okay, I see you sitting there still. So now let me flip it. Tell me if this makes sense. Maybe the Justin Fields era shouldn't start right now because the great quarterbacks didn't play early. Let's go. Tom Brady, in his first year, how many pass attempts you think he had?
Maybe 18.
Oh, man, I'll give you 3. How many starts did he have in his rookie year? Yeah, that means none. Yeah, he didn't. Drew Brees, who was, first on the all-time passing list, my teammate, my dog, 2001, when they brought me in 2 limos, one for the left leg, one for the right, just riding on my chariots. I was a Charger. I saw Drew Brees play in 1 game. I saw him complete 15 of 27 throws in the entire season. He's first on the all-time passing list. You ain't got to run that marathon so fast in the beginning, young man. What about my dog, Aaron Rodgers? How many passes he throw as a rookie? 16 total. Patrick Mahomes started 1 game in 2017. Point being, if you look at the top of great quarterbacks in our league, that includes the GOAT. That includes the #1 passing leader all time. That includes Aaron Rodgers, who's the most talented quarterback all time. And then Patrick Mahomes, who's the new mini baby GOAT. None of these dudes were starting eras in week 3. But now we're going to start one for Justin Fields. Are you going to sit here and tell me in the courtroom that he's better than those guys?
No, but here's what I am going to tell you. I'm going to present to you a situation that is irreconcilable, if you will. So, it's not Matt Nagy's fault he's starting Justin Fields, but what's the Pringle slogan? Once you pop, the fun don't stop. It's what it is. Okay. And it's kind of, and I told you, whenever I have alcohol analogies, I have to solicit other opinions greater than I, because your boy ain't drink.
I'm about to say.
But as I solicit my opinions, I've found out and I've realized champagne, when you pop that bottle, ain't no recorking it. Recork it if you want to.
Well, go to Bevmo. They got the hookup now.
For sure. Yeah, if you want to, but it ain't going to hit the same.
It ain't going to hit the same.
It ain't going to hit the same. So, after you've already popped the figurative bottle, which is allowing Justin Fields to go out and start, ain't no recorking him, Coach.
Really?
Really, why? Because if you go out and you start Justin Fields, and then you bench him, all of a sudden, Bears fans are going to be like, he's not that good.
Oh, they're the coaches now.
I'm simply saying, everybody, you're going to rob Justin Fields of his greatness. So, personalize it for you, big dog. Let me personalize.
Yeah, because that alcohol ain't you.
MJ6, he just turned 6.
MJ just turned 6.
My dog, MJ.
Hey,
I like MJ.
We can end this. Co-host Killer can come out. We can end this show right now. You don't talk about my son.
Now, look.
What?
Here's what I know. When did MJ start walking?
When he started walking?
1.5. 1.
He came out the womb ready. I don't know. 1. Like almost 1.
Here's what I know. When MJ started walking at 11, 12 months old, maybe 10 and a half months old, you did not see him fall and then say, you know what? I'm giving up all hope. You ain't never going to walk or run. You done. You just fell. I'm done with you, MJ. Next daughter, please.
Next.
What you did was, hey, big dog, I know you just fell, but eventually you're going to be able to run. If you bench Justin Fields after he falls for Andy Dalton, that would be the equivalent of giving up on MJ, the future athletic and intellectual prodigy, because he fell 1 time, Sal. Don't give up on... You wouldn't give up on your son after 1 trip and fall. Don't give up on Justin Fields after 1 trip and fall. Let him fall. Let him get up. Let him fall. Let him get up. Let him open up his stride. Justin Fields will fall, but Justin Fields will get up, and he will begin to open up his stride. You have to let Justin Fields remain the starter, because if you pull him prematurely, then we will forever be like, you can't never run. You can't never walk, and we would give up far too soon.
Boy, you do the best in the worst situations. When I know I got you on the ropes and they say, throw in the towel, you know what you do? You throw in the MJ take. And I get clouded with love and I just can't see straight. But I gotta recover, Coach. I got a couple notes left here. I can't let you win off of pulling my heartstrings on my favorite thing in this world. Sorry, other kids, but real is real. I hear that. I do hear that. Let me be real about this. The only way that Justin Fields' era will continue is if he wins or he shines in losing. Like, all right, if he wins and he looks pedestrian, he looks normal, he keeps up what he's been doing so far in these little sample sizes, please put him back. You know why? I'm looking at Carson Palmer. I ain't even mentioned him. Carson Palmer, first pick, 2003 draft, didn't play a lick till 2004. Yo, there are some dividends. As we talked about yesterday, just watching the game unfold in front of you, getting the mental reps, just making sure, oh, okay, this is how they hitting today. It's okay to say that this is how they hitting this year, because Brady, Breeze, Palmer, Rodgers, Mahomes all basically sat and watched it come to them instead of racing to it. My last point is this, simple. Did you see what happened in San Francisco week 1? Trey Lance got some reps. You see what happened in San Francisco week 2? Anybody? Anybody? Jimmy G up there playing chess. Andy Dalton gonna play a little chess too if this thing tries to get started. Coming up, Matthew Stafford's Rams have a big test against Tom Brady's Bucs on Sunday. I'll tell you which team gives us more confidence. But first, does Dallas have a problem in their backfield?
Yep.
We'll tell you if we've lost faith in you, Ezekiel Elliott. And that's nuts. Oh, speak for yourself. You said, yep.
Let's head to Dallas because the Cowboys will host the Eagles Monday night. But who will be the running back? Ezekiel Elliott is a starter, but Tony Pollard has more rushing yards through the first 2 games with fewer carries at that. Now, Jerry Jones appears to have no problem with his backfield situation. Take a listen.
Well, I see it as a great asset to this team, and you don't have an issue. Both the players are outstanding out of the backfield. We really have an outstanding situation here.
So, Sal, have you lost faith in Ezekiel Elliott?
Yeah, it's a wrap in terms of me believing in him. Now it's on him to prove to gain back my belief. Full disclosure, I was a running back for most of my career. Childhood, Pop Warner legend, top 5 all time. High school years, even college, senior year, getting looked at by all the pro teams. I end up being a second rounder. You know what? I was a running back and defensive end my last 2 years in college. No time before that. So I know the position. I don't know it as well as Ezekiel Elliott. I didn't reach the heights he did, obviously. But I do know the position. And I do know what it looks like when someone else is better toting the rock. I also know what it feels like when you're in a running back by committee situation. Let's talk about this because I had to do some quadruple checking. Like, I had to go layered on this because I didn't want to come out with no hot take about Ezekiel Elliott. Let's just start here by saying the reality. The play calling is consistent, y'all. Fans out there say, no, they're calling different. No, they're not. They're calling the same plays. And if you still want to argue, I'm going to say this to you. It's the same offensive line when Tony Pollard's out there, when Zeke's out there. Okay, we got that handled. We got that straight. Now let's talk about my quadruple check. First thing is, I saw it live in person. I went to the game last week. I saw Ezekiel Elliott doing just that right by my seats. And boy, is he still a rock star. He's a rock star. I'll give you that. I saw it live in person. I was like, I see he's leaner. I see he's quicker. I just don't know if I see the tenacity to make this work. But I didn't want to go there until I started to do my homework. Then I come in, I start doing my homework on the regular numbers. The regular numbers, full screen time, start to show you that, damn it, woo, Ezekiel Elliott, you can't act like you better than that dude behind you. 27 rush attempts to 16, 104 to 123, 385 to 76. What the hell? You mean somebody who is getting basically fewer attempts than me, almost half, is beating me in production and certainly by rush yards per average. Take that off the screen. Let's go. Now I had to do a deeper dive. I said, let's do a deeper dive. I started to notice that Zeke's runs, they were a little different than Pollard's runs. Pollard was going wide and diagonal. Zeke was going short and vertical. And then I said, I read an article about it. Talk about how Zeke doesn't trust his home run capability, doesn't trust his speed anymore, doesn't trust where the holes are actually being created. Then my deep dive took me into this. You know what? Ezekiel Elliott has had 18 touches to Tony Pollard 16, 10 yards per play. You know Ezekiel had 2 of them and Pollard had 5 in that Charger game. Carries of 1 yard or fewer. Basically, they call them the Barry Sanders plays. Like you're going backwards and nothing, setting up the home run. Ezekiel had 6 of them. Pollard had 0. I did my last check. Did all those 3. I said, what's the point? What's your summary? And then 3, not 1, not 2, 3 drunk people at the game came up to me. Hey, man, why isn't Tony Pollard the starter, man? And I was like, and I put that on everything. 3 different dudes. First of all, invaded my space and COVID. Doesn't Tony Pollard start? If the drunks know it, and me, who played the game, knows it, I know you know it, Jerry Jones. It's a wrap, Zeke, man. What's going on with you? I lost faith in you.
I'm with you, Sal. And again, in an effort not to be hot takey, I over-researched to make sure we're not tripping.
Yes.
Zeke has played in 73 games. After each of his previous 72, he was a Cowboys leading rusher. But on today and on Monday, after the 73rd, he was no longer the Cowboys' leading rusher at that point in time in the season. It was Tony Pollard. Since Tony Pollard entered into the league, he ranks 5th in yards per carry, while Zeke ranks 31st in yards per carry. Y'all are looking at it right there. Zeke's been on the decline each and every year in yards per game. But honestly, disregard yards per game and look at the column to the right. Look at yards per carry. Because yards per game can be skewed. Oh, they used to hand them the ball a lot more. Well, now let's just see what you do when they do hand you the ball. And unfortunately, Zeke's just not doing the same thing. We can kill the full screen. They've seen enough. The fact is, Zeke is not the explosive runner he once was. And because he has gotten slimmer in order to be just as explosive, he's not the power runner he once was. So now, while Zeke was trying to acquire his speed back, he lost his power. While he was acquiring his power, he lost his speed. And now, ultimately, at least from a defense perspective, he's just rendered not as useful. I look at it like this. Jerry Jones has said, it's a good problem to have. Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott, it's a good problem to have. The operative word there is still problem. You can call it a good problem. You can call it a bad problem. You still have a problem. Don't tell me that Zeke is thunder and Pollard is lightning, because Zeke is supposed to be the whole monsoon. You pay him $90 million to be thunder and lightning. I don't want to have thunder or lightning. Zeke was supposed to be both. You don't draft running backs in the first round that early like Zeke, unless they are both thunder and lightning. Cowboys, I know they've lost faith in Zeke. That's why Tony Pollard getting so many carries.
Yes, Tony Pollard went from what? 7 touches in week 1, 16 touches in week 2. Love that take. There are no coincidences when it comes to NFL personnel. No coincidence. When they start saying, hey, Wally, let Dingle get a couple of those third downs. You know what it means? Wally, you ain't getting to the quarterback like we expect, like we anticipate. You don't increase your opportunities unless you're deserving of them. They're upstairs all the time, these coaches, sit behind closed doors, dog cursing us, talking good about us, talking bad about us based on our performances. But then they come out to us, and then they try to be diplomatic. And I understand Jerry Jones right now trying to be diplomatic. He should try to preserve the little confidence that Ezekiel Elliott still possesses. But I ask you a couple of questions. How many backups are leading their team in rushing? Anybody? How many backups are beating their starter in that production, huh? How many other fourth rounders are beating the number 4 overall pick in any category? This is what Max Kellerman really meant when he said falling off a cliff. He just said about Tom Brady. He should have said about Zeke. This is the facts of the matter. Zeke is in decline and is on pace right now to have a career low in rushing yards per game, 52. 52? Goodness. And rushing average. He's had just 2 100-yard rushing games since the start of last season. That guy right there, Ezekiel Elliott. And Zeke has failed. Oh, that's Pollard. Zeke has failed to eclipse 75 rushing yards in 4 of his last 5 games. I played running back by committee. I remember the time when I was up here and it was a committee, you're sitting there mad, like, why ain't getting my touches? When it gets like here, you start to say, it's the line, they're blocking different. It's the play calling, it's blocking different. When it looks like this, you got to look in the mirror, bro. Ezekiel Elliott, I knew he was in trouble, and I didn't want to come out here and say it and proclaim it when he said, I'm in the best shape of my life, when he lost weight. Zeke, that's for the 39-year-old Ben Roethlisberger to say. You saying that right now in your prime? Oh, that means you're trying to recalculate because you don't like what the results are looking like right now.
Here's the other thing. And Cowboys fans, honestly, Zeke, Jerry Jones, Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore, anybody a part of the Cowboys offense, y'all have to understand. Pollard ranks first in the league right now, 7.7 yards per carry.
The league.
Zeke ranks 29th in the league right now, 3.9 yards per carry. I understand it's a small sample size, but what that means is we need to see a larger sample size to see how this shakes out. What that means is this upcoming game, Pollard needs to get more carries than Zeke because we got to see, is it a fluke or is it not? We got a 2-year sample size. Since 2019, Pollard is 5th and Zeke is 31st. This season, Pollard is 1st and Zeke is 29th. At this point in time, the only reason Zeke would be getting more carries than Pollard is because Zeke gets more dollars than Pollard. But Cowboys, which one is it going to be? Y'all trying to win chips? Y'all trying to honor contracts? Because I think you should try to win chips. So it was mind-blowing when I realized Zeke will make $564,000 a game this season.
Come on, man.
Tony Pollard will make $850,000 the entire season. So Zeke will make more money than Tony Pollard in a game in halftime.
He already has.
By halftime of the Chargers game.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Zeke made more money than Tony Pollard will make for the rest of the season.
Okay. And that's the problem. They trying to play him because they know they already paid him. And I get that. And look, nobody likes to lose money. Nobody likes to see their money get burnt up or benched. Here's the problem. It's not just Tony Pollard and his $850,000. It's Elijah Mitchell, $843K. Damian Harris, $850K. These guys on other teams have more production than Ezekiel Elliott with those same numbers. How about guys with better rushing averages? Antonio Gibson. I'm going down the totem pole in terms of expectation, even though these are some good guys. Myles Gaskin, Tyson Williams, Ezekiel Elliott, he's household. You can just say Zeke. You ain't even got to go all that. You ain't got to do all them syllables. Zeke. And he is in this position right now. I'm only talking to him from the position and perspective of a guy who was up high and then found himself down low. And I know what that role looks like. And let me just tell you something. This looks awfully familiar. You fight. You do everything you can. You try to change your exterior. You're looking at the interior, but you're doing it privately. Yeah, people vouching for you. Oh, no, it can't be you. It can't be you. And then reality. A fourth rounder, no diss, Tony Pollard on your team, barely getting the touches you get, is outshining you. Ezekiel Elliott, man, I don't even know what to say other than they're going to keep playing him and hoping. But then after this year, he got an $18 million cap hit. Next year, $16 million cap hit. Oh, it's going to get real out there in Dallas. And it's going to be different for you, Zeke. Coming up, Matthew Stafford has a marquee matchup against the defending champs on Sunday. Man, that kind of hurts. We'll tell you if we're more confident in his Rams or the Bucs. That's next on Speak for Yourself or the True Person. This weekend on Fox, start Saturday strong with the big noon kickoff pregame show, 10 Eastern, live from Soldier Field in Chicago. Then at noon Eastern, 12th ranked Notre Dame takes on number 18 Wisconsin. Huge big noon Saturday begins at 10 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. It's the battle of two undefeated teams. Matthew Stafford's Rams will host Tom Brady and the defending champion Bucs right here in La La, y'all, Sunday on Fox. It's shaping up to be a close one. Tampa's only favored by 1.5 according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. So, Acho, more confident in the Bucs or the LA Rams right now?
Right now, it's early, but give me the Rams as it stands first and foremost. If all things are equal, and we know this about Vegas, they pick the team that has to travel across the coast. That's worth 3.5 points. So just all things being equal, Tampa having to come all the way to LA, that already goes in LA's favor. But let's not talk that jargon. Let's talk the real.
Let's talk the real.
Right now, the Rams have just as good a receiver as far as how he's playing in Cooper Kupp than the Bucs have.
Facts.
Rams have a better receiver just as far as he's playing. Right now, Henderson's actually playing great ball from the running back position for the Rams. Like, surprisingly, if you will, but he's playing great ball. 4.2 yards a touch. He's doing his thing. Defensively, Aaron Donald, give me him and give me Jalen Ramsey over any defender you can give me for the Bucs. I'll take Devin White if I had to draft. But I'm drafting like you always do me with basketball. Like you always do me in basketball. If we're drafting from both teams' defensive players, Aaron Donald's probably taken first, Jalen Ramsey's probably taken second, then Devin White's probably taken third. Or Ramsey, Donald, White. But either way, the Rams have two defenders I like before I like the Bucs' best defender, and Devin White is a beast. So I'm not disrespecting him, but the Rams have two Hall of Famers. But like, you sit with two Hall of Famers on your one at defensive line and one at cornerback. So,
but you got something against White.
Nah, he's nice. He's nice. Nothing against this game. He's the nicest. However, right now, early lead favors the Rams. Matthew Stafford's in his bag, had his highest passer rating of his career in week 1. Week 2, he also had a 107 passer rating. On the season, he has the third highest passer rating. Stafford's playing as good as he's ever played. Cooper Kupp's playing as good as he's ever played. Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald. I like the Rams.
Oh, you do? You like the Rams because you got a bunch of individuals' eyes and then try to collect a team when there's no I in team. But, that's a good way of looking at it. I'm just going to take the champs. The champs are here, and the champs are better this year. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's pretty simple. I don't even have to individually parse them and say this guy is better than this guy. They are better than the Rams right now. Now, you wanted to tell me that you like the Rams and wanted to highlight their running game. And Henderson, even though when he's healthy. The same running game that's 25th in the NFL right now. Okay. That's going to beat the Bucs that you can't run against. You can't run against these Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you know what? You can't outscore them either. Listen to this statistic. Okay, let me give you the top 3 teams all time with consecutive games of 30 points or more. You ready for this? New England Patriots, 2007. Duh, they had Randy Moss and Tom Brady. 8 games in a row. 2010, 2011. Patriots again, Tom Brady. Duh. And you know what the number 1 team is? 9 straight games and counting. Right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. NFL record, 9 straight games and counting. 30 points or more. Hey, man, I don't know where you're going to get this from because the Rams, even on third down, they can't get off the field. Jalen Ramsey a beast. You know I love that. Darren Donald, come on, man. He top 10 all time already for me. 26 in defense on third down. Oh, it's going to be interesting when you got Tom Brady who cooks on third down. Now going to go against the defense that can't get off the field on third down. Respect to you, but the champs have gotten better, and the champs are here.
They have, but let's also state this fact, which y'all may not know. In the last 12 games that the Bucs have played, the Rams are the only team the Bucs have not beat.
Yeah, but 13, you go back when they lost the week before, too.
No, the last 12 games
with Jared Goff.
The Rams are the only team that the Bucs have not beat. But let's not talk about Goff. Let's talk about the defense. Y'all got the full screen. Because the last time the Bucs saw the Rams held Tom Brady to his 2nd worst passer rating. They held him to his worst completion percentage, held him to his worst yards per attempt, and he had the 2nd most interceptions he had in a game all season when he saw the Rams just last year. So the Rams know how to hold Tom Brady in check. Nobody else could. But against the Rams, he was 25 for 48. Where'd they do that at? 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Ugh. Completion? Oh, my God. That was you, Tom Brady? Now, the next week, the Bucs go on to lose to the Chiefs, but they atone for that loss. This loss ain't been atoned for. The Rams, last time we checked, had the Bucs number. Barely. But they had the Bucs number. As I look at it again, I like the Rams in this one only because Stafford's playing as good as Brady. Doesn't have the crazy numbers, but Brady played against the Cowboys and the Falcons. Running games, just as good as the Bucs. Receiving game right now, just as good as the Bucs. Defensively, just as good, if not better. The Bucs have beat 2 non-playoff teams, and the Cowboys and the Falcons. No playoff wins from last year. The Rams have beat 2 playoff teams in the Bears and the Colts. That should mean something to you, big dog.
Yeah, it would. It would if it was after the bye week. But you know, after the bye week, that's when the Buccaneers said, let's go. Because they lost to the Rams, then they lost to the Chiefs, and then they had the bye week. And then Tom Brady went golfing with Bruce Arians and said, let's have a 6-pack. Let's talk complimentary football. Let's talk about what we're going to do. They haven't lost since. Let's talk about what we're going to do. They've been scoring 30 points or more ever since. Now, last year they were 3rd in scoring. This year they're leading the league in scoring. What the hell is going on right here? This team is on a historical pace. Tom Brady has 9 touchdown passes right now. Only second to Patrick Mahomes the year when he had 10 touchdown passes in 2 games. Like, dog, I know the Rams defense was number 1 last year. Not on pace this year to be number 1, certainly because they lost their defensive coordinator more so than anything. But how you going to slow down the Bucs? Nobody has slowed down the Bucs ever since that bye week. So I'm just looking at this in short, like, I love the Rams. I love the fact that you said this could be an NFC championship game preview. But at the same time, dog, if the champs have gotten better, then, bruh, y'all in trouble.
I got something for you, though, Sel. I got something for you because, I got something for you. Because I'm a little sick and tired.
Oh, being sick and tired?
No. Oh. I'm sick and tired of your erroneous cause and effect argument. I've grown weary having to endure.
You want beef?
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's go.
Little bit. You know what I'm saying? Grass-fed, though, preferably. I got to figure.
I'm intermittent fasting up here.
I'm a little tired of your erroneous cause and effect argument. What do I mean?
Uh-oh.
You always say that it was the bye week. that healed the Buccaneers. First, let me level this out for y'all. What's an erroneous cause and effect argument? You know, you have to study this nonsense when you're preparing for a GRE, et cetera, et cetera. Erroneous cause and effect argument. Suppose, Sel, that your boy takes a multivitamin every day. Then one day
I do.
You do.
I do.
Then one day you take a new multivitamin and all of a sudden you have spurts and bursts of energy. You might say it was because of the new multivitamin.
You don't think?
When in fact it was because you actually slept for 10 hours the night before, you got a quality workout in the night before, and you read before you went to sleep. It wasn't actually the multivitamin. Erroneous cause and effect argument would say it's the new multivitamin that led to my energy. Marcellus Wiley continues to lie to you all and say that it was the bye week that led to the Buccaneers' change of pace. Was it the bye week, or was it the fact that after the bye week, they played the Minnesota Vikings, they played the Atlanta Falcons, they played the Detroit Lions, and they played the Atlanta Falcons again. And before the bye week, they played the Kansas City Chiefs, the Rams, and the Saints in 3 of their last 4 games. Don't get it twisted, Sal.
Don't get it twisted, Wiley.
It wasn't a bye week, my dog. That's an erroneous cause and effect argument. It was the fact that after the bye week, they played no playoff teams. Before the bye week, they played 3 or 4 playoff teams. They about to see a playoff team in the Rams, and the Rams gonna show you what's really good. I rest my case.
Not bad, not bad. I hear the gavel still echoing in the chambers. You don't think it was the bye week? Have the kids say, boy, bye. Let me tell you why. Because after those games, you want to mention Atlanta, Detroit. Did they play the Saints? Anybody? Did they play the Packers? Anybody? They played the Kansas City Chiefs and didn't even give them a touchdown. Can't even get a touchdown. Get out of here. Get your field goal kicker only. Have they won 10 straight games? Bruh, this ain't just about the bye week playing sorry teams. When it ramped up, when they had to see Drew Brees, Hall of Famer, when they had to go out there and see Aaron Rodgers, mini GOAT, and then they had to see Patrick Mahomes, baby GOAT. Wop. What do you think they're going to do to Matthew Stafford? Only his 3rd game. What a task to give Matthew Stafford. Only in your 3rd game. Hey, you think you could beat the Super Bowl champions? Oh, by the way, they're actually better this year than they were last year. Good luck with that. Good luck, Matthew Stafford. Coming up, bad news in Miami. What? Is it raining? Tua is out for the Dolphins on Sunday. It rains every day at 3 o'clock. We'll tell you how concerned we are that he'll miss more time. That's next on Speak for Yourself. The Dolphins were dealt bad news today. Tua will miss Sunday against the Raiders with fractured ribs. Head coach Brian Flores called his quarterback a tough kid, but added, quote, this is the right move for him from a health standpoint. Jacoby Brissett will start in his place. So, Acho, what's your concern level for Tua?
I'm hot on this one, I'm hot on this one, y'all. I'm not concerned about Tua at all. I'm concerned about the Miami Dolphins. I'm concerned about the ignorance of the Miami Dolphins, but I'm not actually concerned about Tua, Marcellus Wiley. Let's have a quick talk back. Y'all can answer the questions as well, but I'm just going to ask my dog 2 questions.
Okay.
Most important position on the football field?
Quarterback.
Obviously. Second most important position on the football field?
Second most on the football field? Center.
You could argue that, but I would say another position on the offense.
Offensive tackle.
All right, which one particularly?
Offensive tackle.
Okay. First most important position on the football field, quarterback. Second most important position on the football field, left tackle, right? Unless your quarterback is left-handed.
MJ.
Then your right tackle is the second most important position on the football field. Now, as I look at this, Dolphins fans, and you need to look at this too, if your right tackle is the second most important position on the field, second to your quarterback and Tua, then ask yourself this. Justin Herbert, same draft class as Tua. He has a first-round pick, left tackle, protecting his blind side. Joe Burrow, same draft class as Tua. He has a first-round pick, protecting his blind side. Jalen Hurts, same draft class as Tua. The Eagles actually have a first-round pick left tackle, but they said, you know what, we don't trust you. So we're going to put Jordan Mailata there and pay him $16 million annually, because where our treasure is, where our money is, there our heart is. But Tua, your right tackle who protects your blind side, Jesse Davis, only makes $15 million in 3 years? Make that make sense. If the Dolphins actually cared about Tua, they would care to protect Tua more. So I'm not actually mad at Tua. I'm not concerned about Tua. What I'm concerned is don't set Tua up for failure, then complain when he fails. And that's what the Dolphins did. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm not going to be mad at a person who was not at all protected. Tua's sitting there, 6'1", 215, trying to help his team win. It's 4th down. He's trying to make sure he can get the ball out right now, but you're not protecting him well. Sal, most valuable items in my household, not most valuable, but the most expensive. Your boy got a couple Rollies, no dabs or ranch.
You got Rollies?
Your boy got a couple Rolexes, Sal. Now, what I know is this. I'm not going to leave my Rolexes out. I'm going to put them in a safe. Because if I have something valuable, I will also have something of value to protect what is valuable.
Say that.
If Dolphins fans, Tua is valuable to y'all, then you all should also have something of value, a right tackle, to protect what is valuable to y'all. I don't leave my Rolexes out in my house for them to get stolen, and Dolphins, you shouldn't leave Tua out and about in the pocket to get broken. They left him out to get broken. I ain't got no qualms with Tua and his injuries. All my issues lie with the Dolphins and their lack of protection.
Dang. So all that said, you don't have any concern for Tua, though. Concern level for Tua.
No.
I get what you're saying.
Because think about it like this. Tyrod Taylor, he out 3 to 4 weeks. He on IR with an injury. Andy Dalton, he's out for TBD with an injury. Baker Mayfield, he left the game, came back. Derek Carr, he left the game, came back. Carson Wentz, he out for God knows how long, messed up both his ankles.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look at Tua and say like, oh, I'm concerned you're injury prone. Bruh, 5 out of 32 quarterbacks left the game with injury. 2 came back.
Yeah. Yeah, but that leads me to thinking he is injury prone. And I love your point about the Rolexes and having something valuable to protect something that's valuable. I got 5 Rolexes when I was in Barcelona at the pier, 5 for $100. I hope you ain't got those. I ain't got. They laid out in my house. Right now, they by the kitchen. I don't know where. MJ be grabbing rollies. I got the fake ones because people think I'm rich. So guess what? I wear a fake one. You ain't gonna know. Tell me right now. See, that's my point. Here's the thing. He just injury prone. It's okay. Get in line. It is what it is, dog. I got to broadcasting kind of early just because I was injury prone, bro. Like, some people ain't built for the long haul. It's just that simple. Brandon Roy, let's go to basketball. He always pops in my head when you talk about guys' careers cut short because of injury. Greg Oden, 7 feet with a 6-pack. Was a man-child, looked like an adult at 4 years old. And guess what? He wasn't built for it long term. It happens. Tua's just been injured too many times in too many places. He ain't the first dude, 6'1", 215, who got blindsided, but he didn't get up. And he got the fractured ribs, and then that goes with the ankle, that goes with the hip, that goes with the... I'm just telling you how the game it goes. Health is wealth. When we saw each other today, I didn't see you with the glasses, right? Because I was in front of you, which is rare.
True.
I'm usually behind you because you're always here first. And you said, big dog, why you limping? And I said, man, I ain't gonna lie. My high hamstring on fire. It feel like sciatica. And I'm not gonna lie to you again. This morning was difficult changing the kids. This morning I was hoping and praying they didn't move a lot. I was hoping that Araya, who is my beast, was just going to sit still and let me put the diaper on. Because Daddy didn't have a lot for you today. Because health is wealth. Once your body goes, 2 things happen. 1, you're preoccupied with your injury. And 2, you start to say, as you always say, here we go again. Tua's been in IR. Tua's been injured. Tua's been in the tub too often to not have these doubt birds. My concern level for Tua is high, not just because they don't protect him. That's his environment, but because how he responds to that lack of protection.
Sal, can I try to change your mind?
Oh,
can
yeah, I would love
to change y'all's mind?
Yeah,
Can we go to the big boy? We go to the big boy. It's a group trip. It's a field trip.
Let's see.
It's an activity.
I got that ankle cleavage out too.
We going to the big board.
Let's go to the big
dog.
board.
And here's why.
What we doing?
Because you are an elite level. We're an elite level, but I assume you still got some juice in you, especially when you step on this field.
Damn right.
I assume you still got some juice in you. An elite
level
level pass rusher.
Let's go.
Can we roll the tape of the play where Tua got hurt? Let's all collectively look at when Tua got hurt. AJ Epinesa, top of the screen.
Oh, my.
Bomb. Oh, my God. Now, Sal, an elite level pass rusher that you are.
Yes.
An elite level pass rusher. Is this actually a complex pass rush move?
Oh, not at all. Just a dip and don't even do a move. Just make sure you stay under the stab and then take them out.
I'm not convinced that you are, and I know for certain that y'all at home are not sustaining this type of hit from a 6'4", 270-pound man and not dealing with any sort of injury. My point is this.
What's your point?
AJ Epinesa, the man who made the sack, he had, one sack last season and 4 quarterback hits in 14 games. He got 3 quarterback hits on the year. The issue ain't Tua. The issue with 77, my dog Jesse Davis, because you can't get beat by a guy who gave you no pass rush move. My question for you was, that's not complex.
No.
That rush is not complex. Y'all don't blame Tua. Please don't blame Tua. Please blame somebody else.
Okay, can we keep this in loop? I'm going to say one thing about this. Obviously, who wouldn't love that? That keeps you employed right there.
Of course.
Plays like this. Watch Tua's head, right? About here, he sees it. He should feel it at least, and he still kept that ball. When you hold this is the most valuable thing on the field. You would think it's your body. You would think it's your game. It's that football. When you did that peek right there, Tom Brady would do, let that ball go, bro.
But even still, if Tua gets rid of it, where you want him to go with it?
I don't want to get that hit.
But the kicker is this. It's either pick and now I hurt my team, or hold on to it and I hurt myself. In all honesty,
good point.
Tua made the better of decisions of, I'm not going to throw the pick and hurt my team. I'm instead just going to hold on to the ball and potentially hurt myself. But here's my thing. If you knew Tua's 6'1", 215, you know you can't just throw a look out block. Look out! You know you can't do that, big dog.
I give you that. But where I'm from, the old school, they call that football. They don't hit like that typically anymore in today's game. And he tried his best to make sure he got on the side of Tua. This is football because those hits will always occur, but the results don't always have to occur. Fractured ribs, Tua's out. That's an unfortunate situation.
Here's where I am. I'm tired of seeing it. I hurt for Tua. I'm tired of seeing it. Can we just say hurt? Can we stop?
Say hurt.
After looking at that, though, Sel, I'm like, anybody who takes a hit not looking, you know what time it is. You can risk injury. Jason Peters, future Hall of Famer, left tackle for the Chicago Bears, when he talked about replacing Andy Dalton with Justin Fields, he said, I need to know how to protect him better.
Right.
I'm glad I know that Fields is in at quarterback because now I got to set a little bit deeper. I have to protect him a little bit more. Your job as an offensive lineman is to know the quarterback you're dealing with.
That's real.
So if you are dealing with a quarterback who might be not even more fragile, but just might be smaller, you at least got to know if you're going to get beat, how you going to get beat. Let me get beat inside so he can see it. But I can't get beat on the outside off a move that is a no move. To me, I'm so mad at the offensive line because now look at us. We shaming Tua, and it ain't even Tua's fault.
You're right. All I will give you this is boxers understand this. It's not about telling your opponent, don't hit me, because they're going to catch you every now and then, no matter who you are, unless you're Floyd Mayweather, right? But you got to work on your chin. It's not so much that Tua got hit. It's the fact that he didn't have the chin for it. He couldn't bounce back from that hit. Those hits, unfortunately, will always occur. But Tua, where's your response to it? Stay healthy, big dog. If y'all like us out of our chairs, you like to see my socks that I don't have on, we'll have more of that with the toughest list to get on in sports. It's that dude's okay? That's coming up on Speak for Yourself. Let's go.
We're less than 2 weeks away from Tom Brady making his return to New England in a Bucs uniform. Now, Brady won 6 Super Bowl titles with the Patriots, but added another ring in his first year in Tampa. His dad, Tom Brady Sr., was asked if his success with the Bucs made him feel vindication for his son. Papa Brady said, quote, damn right. Bill Belichick wanted him out the door, and last year, he threw 56 touchdowns. I think that's a pretty good year, close quote.
56?
So, Sel, how should Tom Brady feel about the post-Patriots success?
Oh, man. First, let me just give this out the way. He should feel damn good. But he shouldn't feel vindicated. He should feel validated, and there's a big difference. Papa Brady, here's a story. Not vindicated because that's a little too much, a little negative connotation, like he left a bad situation. Y'all won 6 Super Bowls together in a dynasty. So let's not act like he's coming from the slums. He comes from an amazing situation, a dynasty. Why I say validated is just because it's reassuring to know that your success is not Siamese to Bill Belichick in his existence. Like, my legacy, my life does not always have to be attached to Bill Belichick. I did something on my own. So you should feel validated because of that. Who doesn't want to go somewhere else and land on their feet? Forget landing on your feet, land on your toes. Forget landing on your toes, floating around in the heavens as the GOAT, as Tom Brady has in his existence. Amazing. But I hate when we get to this place where we want to discount what occurred before here. Because Tom Brady, let me tell you something. You use some of that money to get to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and another Super Bowl. How? In terms of when he walked into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization, they thought that they were getting a winner, and they finally realized we got the guy who can make us a winner. When they saw the GOAT coming, they had to wait to be around him and experience to fully understand how great his GOATness was, right? He went from a non-playoff team, 7-9, to the Super Bowl champions. Okay, that doesn't happen just because you get a great quarterback. That happens when you get the GOAT who is a winner. And he came in with that equity that he got from Bill Belichick. My example is this. You ever played the office pool? You ever been in an office? You ever had a real job, Acho? I have. Office pool. Everybody chip in their dollars and go play lotto, right? We win. We win 2 times. We win 6 times. Oh, my God. And then one time I'm like, damn, we keep winning. What if I just put in $1 by myself, go stop at the 7-Eleven and do it by my damn self? You win that time. Guess what? That dollar you use, you got it from that pool with them other people, Bill Belichick, and those defenses that was a part of that success. So, Tom Brady, feel validated all you want, but vindicated, calm down.
Bucky, Brooks. I'm going to go ahead and bring in NFL analyst, my dog Bucky Brooks. Not because I want you to hear, not because I want to hear your opinion, Bucky, but I need you to hear mine. And I want you to hear mine real soon, real quick. Everybody buckle up for this one. Click, because we about to go in. How should Tom Brady feel about his post-Patriot success? Tom Brady should feel as though he is the potter and Bill Belichick was the clay. Because Tom Brady was the one that was actually creating the Patriot way. Tom Brady was the one that was actually creating the Patriot success. Tom Brady was the one that was actually the driving force to everything good, everything great that happened in New England. Because a potter can leave clay and still create. But clay without a potter, well, doesn't make the playoffs, Bill Belichick. A potter can leave clay, go to Tampa, and still make a Super Bowl. But a clay without the proper potter is 7-9. I look at it like this, fellas. If Bill Belichick made Tom Brady, don't you think he could have done it again or would have done it prior? Let's talk about some good quarterbacks. Vinny Testaverde, he was in Cleveland with Bill Belichick. He didn't make no Pro Bowls. He leaves Bill Belichick and instantly makes the Pro Bowl twice in his next 3 years. Drew Bledsoe, he was in New England before Bill Belichick. He went to 3 Pro Bowls. Over his tenure with Bill Belichick, no Pro Bowls, but leaves and instantly goes to the Pro Bowl the very next year. If Bill Belichick was the driving force for Tom Brady, then Bill Belichick would have done it prior or would be able to do it again. Tom Brady, however, did it again. So if I'm Tom Brady, how would I feel? I would now fully know, and now the world fully knows, Tom Brady is actually sitting in the chair as the potter, and Bill Belichick was actually the clay. And let's never make the mistake of getting it twisted ever again in life.
Oh, my God. Keep me off camera.
Wow, that was very emphatic. I love the delivery and the presentation. However, I would say this. Tom Brady can run around and feel vindicated by his success. Because what Tom Brady is the girl that we've always broken up with who shows up at the party in the black cocktail dress. He's bad right now. She looks good. She's still delivering at a dime level. However, she's not the right fit for me. That's why she's been booted out. That's why we moved on. Because when the Patriots look at Tom Brady, his final season, when he was 42 years of age, Tom Brady's passer rating was 88. His completion percentage was at 60. It was part of 4 straight years where Tom Brady had declining production. So if you're Bill Belichick, who is a historian of all sports, he just did what Branch Rickey suggested. And Branch Rickey said this after getting Jackie Robinson, longtime MLB exec. Trade players a year too early rather than a year too late. What Bill Belichick did was he looked at Tom Brady and he evaluated him. He said, Tom Brady is declining right in front of our eyes. So rather than watch him decline fully and continue to take the franchise down with him, he said, I'm going to let Tom Brady walk out the building, knowing that Tom Brady may be able to kind of reignite himself somewhere else in the short term. But Bill Belichick has a plan, and he is okay because they felt like They got everything they could get out of Tom Brady with 6 Super Bowls. Now it's about them moving forward with Mac Jones and seeing if he can, as you talk about the potter and the clay and all those parables and analogies, see if they can win with a young guy, the newer, fresher Tom Brady model in New England.
Bucky, I'm with you, man. It's amazing, Acho. You know, you made me click in, put my seatbelt on. He took me around the neighborhood. I swear, man, I feel like Trey and Boyden Hood. Hey, Acho, let me out. Like, let me out, man. I don't want to go no further with this. I'm about to curse. Tom Brady, look, you're not going to turn me against the GOAT. You're not going to turn me against the GOAT of all coaches either. I'm just going to give it to you like it is. Tom Brady won 6 Super Bowls with Bill Belichick. Hip, hip, hooray. I was an active player in a few of those Super Bowls, the first 3. 4 of those 6 titles came in games where the Patriots scored under 30 points. Let's dig deeper than that. When you look at Tom Brady and you look at the New England Patriots, you got to realize that those championships, were they coming because they had a better offense or better defense? If you look at it once again, 4 of the 6 championships came because they had a better defense. They always were a top 10 scoring defense. They weren't always a top 10 scoring offense. Now, I can hear somebody right now on Twitter say, oh, I'm going to use that point from Marcellus and say, oh, the defense carried Tom Brady. You can go there. There are some numbers to suggest that, hey, while Tom Brady is fully maturing, the defense and the special teams was leading the way. I see a defense that was number 1 in scoring defense twice in those 6 championship years. I don't see any offense that was ever number 1. I don't even see any offense that was even number 2. What are we talking about here? Why do we have to try and split these 2 up for the 20 years that they played together in terms of coach and player relationship? We should just respect that. But when we start to go into, well, look at him now in Tampa. Oh, my God, vindication. Vindication, he went to Tampa and spent the money that he got from New England. Ain't nobody respecting Tom Brady like that unless he came in already with 6 rings. And he didn't come in with 6 rings on his own. Bill Belichick, who already had 2 rings, says Acho don't want to respect him, as a defensive coordinator and by far the best defensive mind that we had in the game, help make Tom Brady become Tom Brady. I'm not going to sit here and try and divide him, but if you want some ammunition to sit there and say, oh, Tom Brady, you need a little help, Bill Belichick will certainly satisfy you.
Let me give y'all something that will dissatisfy you, that will displease you. So I love this show, man. I love this show. Y'all challenge me. Y'all make me all the best. Bucky, you as well. Y'all challenge me. I love it. So,
yes, sir.
You keep bringing up number 1 scoring defenses as if that guarantees you a Super Bowl.
No.
Baltimore Ravens had the number 1 scoring defense last year. They won a playoff game, and they also had a unanimous MVP at quarterback in Lamar Jackson.
Not the same year.
Didn't do much for him. 2018, Chicago Bears had the number 1 scoring defense. They didn't even win more than 1 playoff game. 2017, your Chargers, before they were Los Angeles, had the number 1 scoring defense. Oh, didn't have a ton to show for it. Stop telling me that the number 1 scoring defense that Bill Belichick gave those guys was the driving determinant factor. It was Tom Brady.
How?
Now, regardless of where you, the viewer, you, Sel, Bucky Brooks, where y'all stand on religion, etc., what I have always found issue with in regards to the theories of evolution, we all know about Darwin's theory of evolution. I've always found issue with, why did humans stop evolving? I've always found issue with that. If humans evolved, then why did we stop evolving? Because if we evolved, we would have continued to evolve. Why did I bring that up? If Bill Belichick made a Tom Brady, then why he stopped making Tom Brady's? If Bill Belichick could turn a pick 199 into the greatest of all time, then couldn't he have done that with Matt Castle, 7th round pick? Couldn't he have done it with Jared Stidham, mid-round pick? Couldn't he have done it with Jacoby Brissett, 3rd round pick? Couldn't he have done it with, like, if Bill Belichick evolved Tom Brady from 199 to the GOAT, then why Bill Belichick stop evolving quarterbacks? Maybe, just maybe, Tom Brady was already walking as a grown man on his own. So as I look at it, Bucky Brooks, just like I personally find issue with the theory of evolution, I too find issue with the theory of Bill Belichick's evolution of Tom Brady. Because otherwise, where are the other Tom Bradys? I can't see them. And neither can Bill Belichick.
You ain't gonna see him if you take your glasses off.
I see him. I see him. I have my glasses on. In fact, I see him right now. He's the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots, the one that unseated Cam Newton for the starting job. Because remember, see, here's where we're judging Bill Belichick. We're judging Bill Belichick on a COVID year where they were missing 8 players, veteran players with primarily, I think 5 of those guys were on a defense that you talked about the year before being one of the top-rated defense in football. So last year, he was short his defense. He had a quarterback who didn't play his preferred style, and he's trying to make it all work. Now we see the investment in the defense, the quarterback that is his preference, and lo and behold, the Patriots look like a different team. And so in a couple of weeks, we'll see Tom Brady come to Foxborough and do all that stuff. We'll get a chance to go toe-to-toe to tail of the tape with Mac Jones and Tom Brady and those things. But we're already seeing, as we're talking about this Patriots team, we're talking about them being a playoff contender. We're talking about how Mac Jones looks like he can take this offense to the next level. We're talking about this defense playing at a high level. So we will soon see. We just have to be patient, maybe by the end of this year, because remember, Tom Brady won his Super Bowl in his second season with Bill Belichick. This is the second season that Belichick has been away from Tom Brady. So maybe this is the year that the Patriots go to the Super Bowl, and maybe it's a rookie clone that leads them there.
Man. Oh, my God. I love you, Acho, but boy, you up here cooking these books, cooking this logic up here. Okay, let's talk about top 10 scoring defenses and how they help out. How many have Aaron Rodgers had in his career? Anybody? Oh, you want to take your glasses off right now? Because the one time he got one, guess what he did? In that Super Bowl, baby. Okay, so it means something. And another thing that means something is no matter what you think about our world and its inception and its existence, have you been outside, lady? People still evolving. They looking different than they used to look. I'm just
That's doctor's office.
Hey, whatever you want to say. I didn't know it went like that, girl. And I just had a 6-year-old soccer game, and let me tell you, half those kids were my size. I don't know what the hell is going on. These kids are different. Plus, evolution doesn't exist on your calendar, Acho. It's not a one-year calendar. It's not a one-year sample size. Evolution is thousands and millions of years, not 1 year into COVID. That's not going to be our standard in terms of assessing evolution. Let's talk about this as well, because I got some notes right here that's going to kill you. Tom Brady, when he was winning those Super Bowls in New England, you want to talk about how he performed in those games? Acho, anybody? Want to talk about how his passer rating was sub 90? Anybody like it? Does anybody want to talk about how, Tom Brady has won more games than 32%, as they say, of his playoff wins come in games? That's a third of your games come when y'all score under 25 points. That sounds like some field goals and some special teams and some defense to me. So I'm with you, Acho. I don't want to have this pulling apart argument. I actually want to bring them together, kumbaya. But if you keep shooting that Bill gonna look at Tom and say, oh, we adding all our rings together? Because you still need one more to catch me.
It's not a matter of kumbaya. I just want to call a spade a spade. We're on a television show to speak truth. We're on a television show to break down what is real from what is fake. First thing you told me when I got on the show, facts over feelings. First thing you told me. And the facts are Tom Brady is the driving force. And if nobody, or was the driving force, and if nobody else on any other network of any other show will tell you all that, then I will be the Lone Ranger to tell you all that in 2000, before Tom Brady, Bill Belichick was 5-11. In 2001, when Brady checked in as a starter, Bill Belichick won the Super Bowl. In 2007, with Tom Brady, the Patriots started 18-0. Tom Brady tore his ACL, missed the next year. Patriots missed the playoffs. 2019, with Tom Brady, Patriots go 12-4. 2020, without Tom Brady, Patriots missed the playoffs. Without Tom Brady, Bill Belichick would be a great defensive mind and probably would no longer be a head coach. With Tom Brady, Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. Without Tom Brady, Bruce Arians is a great offensive mind, but does not have a Super Bowl. With Tom Brady, Bruce Arians is a great offensive mind, but one of only 9 active Super Bowl winning head coaches. Tom Brady is making great coaches great coaches. I just want to make it over and above and beyond abundantly clear that Tom Brady was the driving force for the Patriots' success. Belichick's a brilliant mind, but it's Tom Brady that made everything go.
Okay, that's a nice take, but I'm going to do it to you in terms like this because I am one who knows my way around the kitchen, Acho. And so there are some that would say that my peach cobbler is award-winning. Now, I'm nice. I put all my stuff in it, but look, the recipe came from my mom. So do I take credit for the peach cobbler or do I give my credit to my mom who gave me the original recipe? Maybe I added something to it, but it's my mom's original recipe. So I say all that to say this. Tom Brady got Bill Belichick's recipe and took it down to Tampa and showed Bruce Arians and company how to make it. Now, that doesn't mean that the peach cobbler is necessarily Tom. He just said, Bruce, here's what Bill Belichick does with the peach cobbler. Put a little nutmeg on it. You do this. You put it in the oven. Here it goes. Bang. You too. Now have award-winning peach cobbler. So it's not necessarily that Tom Brady whipped it up from scratch, but what he did is he sat at the knee of Bill Belichick and said, if you want to make award-winning peach cobbler, this is what you do. And what he did is he served it up to the league down in Tampa. But it's Bill Belichick's recipe.
I rock with you. I rock with that take. I love that take. I would fully agree with that take, but there's one problem. You got siblings, Bucky Brooks?
I do. I have a brother.
My dog has a brother. In the event your brother, too, could make award-winning peach cobbler. In the event your cousins could make award-winning peach cobbler with the same recipe, then you're spot on. But here's the problem, Bucky. If you're the only person in the household that can make the peach cobbler and your mother's recipe is unsuccessful with your brother and any of your other relatives, then it wasn't about mom's recipe. It was something that Bucky Brooks was doing in the kitchen. It was something that Bucky Brooks was doing with the cinnamon, with the vanilla extract, with the nutmeg, with the flour. It was something that Bucky Brooks was doing. Don't give unnecessary credit where credit is not due. So I would rock with your take in totality. But the only problem is, and I'm done saying it because it's my third time and I believe in the rules of three. The only problem is Bill Belichick's recipe leads to no awards with any other head chef but Tom Brady. That's where it stops.
Y'all got me hungry up here. All this
real talk.
All this talk up here, boy. Y'all gonna have my aim a deal. Come on, Grandma. Oh, Grandma Blackie, I miss you. Let's talk. You keep confusing to me, Acho, the fact that no one else has done what Tom Brady has done with the fact that no one else can do what Tom Brady has done because no one else was allowed in the kitchen long enough for the oven to even heat up, to even get it going. Like, first of all, if you walk in the oven and turn the oven on and put the power in right now, Grandma gonna slap you twice. Say, what you doing? Matt Castle won 11 games, dog. Who else has gotten a full year starting?
Did Tom Brady need a full year? Did he?
Yes,
no.
yes.
Tom Brady showed up and he won, Sam.
He did because he had an 86 passer rating. That gets you damn near demoted right now. And that's what Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl with, 86.5 passer rating. And you talking about he could cook. That's Grandma over there with her little grandson. Okay, baby, she cracking the eggs. Okay, baby, she spinning it. She putting it in the oven, and then Tom Brady just going to be there, take the first bite and act like he cooked it. That was not on Tom Brady. But I am hungry. Let's stop that. Speaking of these teams, Fox Bet Super 6 is giving you one last chance to win $1 million. Boy, enter now and correctly pick the outcomes of 6 Sunday NFL games for your last shot to win $1 million of Terry Bradshaw's money. Scan the QR code on the screen, download the app, and play for free. Coming up, I am. Some players stood out in week 2 to make this list. So let's go. That dudes next on Speak for Yourself.
Let's go, baby. The wait is over. It's time for that. Dudes. Marcella's going to highlight the best of week 2 from the guys in the trenches if he doesn't pull a muscle dancing first. Now, we got to start in Carolina where a certain Saints rookie had his first career sack. Sam, talk to me.
Oh, man, you know who that dude number 3 is. Peyton Turner, big dog. Bones. Big 6 right here. Look at this play. Oh, my God. Peyton Turner comes around. Hits the sack. Oh, Sam Darnold, look out. You had a great day. but you fell down this way. Let me tell you how this all goes down. This is supposed to be fan protection. Look at all these blockers over here. Look at all these rushers over here. So we gonna slide protect. Everybody gonna slide. Everybody gonna slide. Everybody gonna slide. Oh, somebody ain't gonna slide. Why aren't you sliding? Because you got shook. And when you get shook, you step on your own teammates, the guard's foot. And he falls down. Sam Darnold like, what the hell? Big six, big six. Somebody about to slap bones. Domino mother. And then, here we go. Peyton Turner brings it down. Oh, I love this big boy right here. Sam Darnold, take that. Everybody falling like dominoes. Peyton Turner, number 3. That dude.
Ooh, number 3. Well, let's head to Pittsburgh, where a familiar face got his first sack as a Steeler.
Yeah, my dog, the former Charger, and Melvin Ingram. Oh, J.J. Watt. T.J. Watt want to go down? Melvin Ingram said, I go do that. Shake them drills. Let's tell you how he gets it. Now, he makes a business decision that actually works out. You see number 75 inside. He said, okay, let me tell you how he gets down there. Want to go inside? No, I don't. 75 is in the club. So he said, okay, I'm just going to go around you, 87. You bought on that inside move, spinning in the trenches like Melvin on it. Boy, I told you stop fucking with me. Stop fucking with me. Messed around Melvin Ingram like on Baby Boy. Melvin Ingram, number 2. That dude. You ever seen Baby Boy? Dude.
Nah, I got a question for you, Sal.
Yes,
Did he actually make a business decision, or was it a coincidence?
It was a business decision that worked out because, look, when you're going to try and do it, first of all, who in their right mind says, I'm going to go inside and then has to spin out of it? You never want to turn your back in the alley. In the trenches. Yep. So it was a good business decision because he had the athletic
One teachable moment. Now, don't hurt me. One teachable moment. Don't hurt me. I know this much. What's the trick to a spin move? Just for those at home, teaching your kids, coaching the Pop Warner. There's one trick to spin. Yes. So here's my right arm. Okay. I'm a right tackle. Okay. What's the trick?
Okay. You want me to spin that way? Oh, my God.
Don't hurt me.
Okay. Then I'm going to do this. You want me to do this? All right, it's this arm.
Yep.
Yeah!
That's it right there.
You gotta hammer that thing. Hammer! I am! But I ain't want to do that to my co-host.
And finally, number 1 on the list, the Patriot who gave a rough AFC welcome to Jets rookie Zach Wilson on Sunday.
Oh, man, look at this. Josh Uche. Ooh, bang, bang, about to come around here. And this is an amazing move because he did something you're not supposed to do in the textbook. You can see him getting that Nick Cannon drum lock. Right now, look at him. He's beating them hands. He's letting you know I'm going to go either way. Oh, and then when you get your locked legs, you're going to be susceptible to either way. He goes outside. We just did that. That's called the close right there. You get him right on the elbow, there's nothing he's going to do. Look at those feet. They are jacked up. They are not moving because he got his legs locked. Now you see Josh Uche could have used this as a ricochet. That's the Bruce Smith right there. But instead, he said, I've been working on my core, homeboy. And you can see him, Nigerian. So what they call Nigerian right there. Oh, Josh Uche. And then you know, you always got to let the PA know. Yes. Say my name, say my name.
What is around you? Look, there is a trick there. We always joke about this, but there is truth to. If 2 people get a sack, me and you both get the sack.
Let's go.
We get off the pile. We got to. Whoever gets their hand up first, they get in the sack.
You know why? Because when we go back to film study and they come with the official stats, the one who put his hand up usually wins that.
Yes.
If you don't, and coach says, we got to get that reviewed and resent, it takes forever, and most of the time they don't overturn
I have heard true stories of dudes who have appealed sacks, taken a sack from their teammate, got a sack so that they could get a contract bonus.
Mm-hmm. And it turns out ugly in that next team meeting. So you never want to go through that. Throw your hands up, and that's your sack.
So Josh Uche, Nigerian brother, he has joined Chandler Jones as that dude.
My dog.
Dude of the week. Be sure to check us out next week to see who else gonna join that exclusive.
These ballers up here.
Coming up, Aaron Rodgers let his critics have it Tuesday. Now we gonna tell you what we thought of him. Clapping back. That's next. Speak for thine self.
You didn't want that elbow to come on.
Aaron Rodgers cannot seem to escape drama. He bounced back, though, with a 4-touchdown performance Monday night. But the reigning MVP heard all the chatter from critics and former teammates about his perceived lack of caring this season. He came firing back Tuesday. Take a listen.
It's absolute to give a platform to people who have no idea what they're talking about as far as my mental state and, my focus, my work habits. People that have not been around me, are not in my life, I don't have communication with them, or not in the locker room. I mean, that's just this chick.
Uh-oh. Oh, we cursing? Oh, we cursing. I apologize.
More than not cursing.
Apologize. So, what's up? You got an issue with Aaron Rodgers calling out his critics?
Nope, not at all. And I hope that we go back and forth on this one. Hope you on the other side of this one so I can curse like Aaron Rodgers just did. One of my favorite Wiley-isms is criticism is the cost of praise, right? Okay, Acho, let's just take that as law. So if criticism is the cost of praise for the athlete, for Aaron Rodgers, then why do critics get praised at no cost? Good, Marshall, good. Let's talk about this. Aaron Rodgers is like, y'all jumping over bridges right now. And this is a problem. I ain't say jumping off. Y'all jumping over. Acho, if you connect me to somebody, I will always respect how I got that connection. I will always respect Acho hooked me up. So no matter how this relationship goes, I got to keep in mind who Acho is because he was the bridge. Aaron Rodgers is looking at sports media and he's saying, y'all hopping over the bridge. How do y'all know me? Because I'm a great quarterback in the NFL. Well, then why y'all hopping over the fact that I am the MVP once again, a Super Bowl champion? My name is Aaron Rodgers. Why y'all hopping over the way that y'all know me just to get to the story that you want to go out there and portray a narrative? It's interesting. And I know the media is caught on this one. See, Aaron, me and Aaron don't even like each other. Like, we already had this conversation before. He talked about me a long time ago, and I still support him. Sweat Taylor, his business is amazing. My favorite clothes. I digress. Aaron Rodgers, I ain't got to like you to keep it real. Aaron Rodgers is correct in terms of the sports media who says things like this. Well, Aaron, we're using your words against you this offseason. Aaron Rodgers, you're the one that opened up. If I'm Aaron Rodgers or his publicist, I say this. So if I didn't say anything, would you say nothing? Y'all gonna have to get them clicks. Y'all gonna have them stories. Y'all gonna have to sell them papers. Y'all gonna have to get those views. So Aaron Rodgers is just looking like, why y'all hopping over the reality that I am a damn good player who just let y'all in to let you know what was going on. And then you use all that as negative ammunition against them instead of seeing that this is a guy for many years, mum's the word. Aaron Rodgers, most offseason, we don't know where he is. I know where he is. He's that proactive about 10 miles down the street, working out, becoming the MVP once again. So I'm with you, Aaron Rodgers, on these critics talking about what you are thinking, your mental state, blah, blah, blah. If we talking game, then we ain't going to say Aaron Rodgers' name with any slander.
So I completely disagree. And I disagree like this.
Let's go.
One, I like what you said because you made it sound good, like your boy would have done. I like how you did that, but it was wrong. Critics definitely get critiqued. You know this. You get critiqued all the time. I get critiqued all the time.
I get people that don't like me.
But here's why I vehemently disagree with you.
Yeah, let's go.
Because Aaron Rodgers, you cannot close off the media and not allow them to know you, then chastise the media when speaking because they don't know you. That's the issue, Sel.
Good point.
Being in these single streets, I got single friends. One of my single homeboys, he was like, man, I really don't like this woman. I really don't like her. I don't like her personality. To which I responded, but you've never gone out with her, so you don't know her personality.
Ooh, go.
See, you cannot, Aaron Rodgers, say, media, y'all can't talk about me, y'all don't know me. When all off season, we were trying to get to know you, and you refused to speak to the media. If you're going to refuse to speak to the media and only come out and wear shirts that speak for you that say I'm offended, then who are you now to condemn the media for speaking because they don't know you? We tried to get to know you. You did not let them. You did not let us. So now we have to speak with the information we're given. Oh, I'm a ghost. So I love this because these notes mean nothing.
Stop.
They don't mean anything. They're the trash can. They don't mean anything. So, I take the glass off. I got to get serious. This really ran me hot. This ran me hot.
This ran you hot?
No, not this situation I'm about to break down for y'all. I was, over the course of uncomfortable conversations with a black man, I was trying to speak with a group, right? I was trying to speak with, I'll call a spade a spade. I was trying to speak with some of the founders of Black Lives Matter.
I knew what it was. I was just waiting to say,
I was trying to speak with some of the founders of Black Lives Matter because I was like, hey, there's a lot of people that have a lot of questions about a lot of people got a lot of questions. Your mission statement, it's a little convoluted. You'll use a lot of big words. You'll say some things that a lot of people don't agree with. A lot of people have a lot of questions. I have a huge platform. 25 million people watched my first episode. Hey, come rap. Let's come talk and let's answer some of these questions, because so many people, my co-host included, have a lot of questions and don't really agree with some of the stuff y'all say. So just break it down and say it, please. Please help me help you. I got no response, and a Hollywood no. A Hollywood no is I'd love to, but. So now I'm like, you know what? I got to go speak for you. You can't come back and get mad at me for speaking about the organization because I don't really know and I didn't talk. I tried. I tried not only to talk to y'all, I tried to talk with y'all. But y'all closed me out. So now I just got to go speak. Aaron Rodgers, we tried. We tried to talk to you. We tried to talk with you. You didn't want to speak. You wanted to do one interview the last 6 months all off season. You wanted to go to Hawaii and post videos singing Shallow. You wanted to go to the golf. We tried several times to talk to you. So don't now come get mad at me when we had to speak on your behalf, when we had to offer an opinion of your behalf. Because big dog, just like I tried, the media tried with you. You didn't let us in, so now we still got to do our jobs because we get paid too.
And that's the problem. I think that's the rub. Tremendous take right there. I think that's where we meet, and that's where we disagree. There's commotion next door to you. You hear the commotion next door to you. You go and check and see if everything's all right. They answer the door and they say everything's all right. Then they look at you like, is there anything else? Now, the commotion you heard next door, you don't know what it is yourself. You just heard commotion, and you went to check, and they said everything's fine. Do you believe them? Do you go back home, or do you stand there and demand to know more? Then they look at you and say, respectfully, mind your own business. Do you go home? Do you continue to check? Do you call the police? Whatever it may be. Now, you're trying to do your business of my ethics of like, hey, you're my neighbor. I'm trying to be neighborly, make sure everything's okay. They're trying to do their business, which is minding their own business and taking care of their own private domain. Which one is right? There are a lot of cases where you're right, and there are more cases when you're wrong. Somebody just fell. Spanky just ran around and knocked over everything, little badass dog. So here's the thing. Which one is right? I think Aaron Rodgers is looking at sports media like, dog, I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do, but when everything gets leaked, it's pretty interesting. And things get leaked in some whack ways. Like, I'm in the media, and I'm going to talk about me and us. I hear all the time, oh, well, sources said, well, people connected. I know so-and-so. And I'm, like, always saying, yeah, that could be true. And, yeah, that could be a damn lie, just to get yours off. Y'all got to stop dissing Aaron Rodgers. You know who he is? Akeem Olajuwon. He playing in the Jordan era of Tom Brady. Dog, he get his when Tom Brady don't want his. Other than that, he's still damn great, still one of the best players ever in his era. But damn, can y'all just mind y'all own business? Coming up, Houston, you have a quarterback problem. Uh-oh, Tyrod Taylor out. TT is gone. So we'll tell you what the Texans should do about Deshaun Watson. Next on Speak for Yourself. You took the glasses off and went robbing. Texans host the Panthers tomorrow night. Tyrod Taylor is day-to-day with a hamstring injury. And rookie David Mills will start. Interesting. Davis Mills, excuse me, even more interesting. Deshaun Watson is not an option. He will not be active for the third straight game. Nacho, what should the Texans do about Deshaun Watson?
Either trade him or play him now.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes.
Period. There's no other answer. Yes. Trade him or play. Imagine you're the Houston Texans. Bump that. Imagine you're a Houston Texans player.
Ooh.
And you're looking like, man, we was really about to beat an AFC playoff team in the Browns. Imagine you're a Houston Texans player today, Wednesday practice. Wednesday and Thursday practice are the heavy lifts in the NFL. You walk into the locker room, you walk past the training room, Tyrod Taylor got his leg up. Hamstring getting iced. He got the ice pack on there, hamstring getting iced. Then you walk in and you see Davis Mills as your starting quarterback. And then you walk and turn the corner and you see Deshaun sitting there chilling. As much as you love Deshaun, because I, as a football player, love Deshaun and the person who I know, good people, I'm hot.
100.
Because Davis Mills is about to start and Deshaun Watson's about to collect $700,000 this week for no reason. Trade him, Texans, or force his hand and say, hey, big dog, you playing. And at least make him give the world a reason.
Exactly.
Like, at least call the man's bluff. But at this point, now nobody knows what's going on publicly. So I get it. We've all been in these situations, and everybody in the Texans locker room, I'm sure to some degree, has love for Deshaun Watson, the football player, has love for the Deshaun Watson in which they know. But in the same breath, I'm so heated, Sel. If I got to roll Davis Mills out there and I got Deshaun Watson on my roster, come on, man.
Man, you never return from any NFL football game the same man you walked in. Something's cut, something's nicked, something's sprained, something's messed up. Never walk out the same way you walked in. And we gonna walk out with Davis Mills. And I'm supposed to go beat this tackle 2 times and try and get a sack, and we supposed to try and win this game, and that's what we doing? When we know that guy is fully capable and able and healthy, at least right now, to go out there and play. So look, if you pay him, play him. Simple as that. You're saying trade him? I like that, but that sounds, as you said, that sounds like a Hollywood. Y'all asked for an absurd asking price. That means y'all ain't trying to trade him. And that means you really do love him because you're trying to keep him. So since you're keeping him, play him. Now, if he goes out there, fakes the injury, doesn't want to play well, throws the ball into the concession stands, all that kind of stuff, at least you are starting to now win the court of public opinion. And if anyone sits there and pushes back and say, why are you playing him? He's under all these allegations and issues. You say, I thought he was innocent till proven guilty. So I'm playing the player that I'm paying that is innocent until proven guilty. Like, they're almost protected every way it goes. And if it doesn't go the way that they want it, then it starts to fall on Deshaun's lap. It's crazy that they're in this predicament right now because the Houston Texans have Deshaun Watson on roster and are going to go out there and put in the guy that everybody going to squint and have to grab the program to figure out who he is. I'm not shooting at him. I'm shooting at it. And if I were on that team like you, oh, that ain't going to happen. Like, I'm kicking up dust because we know the most important position is what Deshaun plays. And we know that he's important to our team. So if Deshaun goes out there, that improves our chances. Without Deshaun, we don't know what the hell we out here doing. Coming up, Justin Fields was compared to Michael Vick before he was named a starter today. We'll tell you if his teammate is keeping it 100 or only 99. That's next on Speak for Yourself.
On this show, we only know one thing, and that's how to keep it 100. But others only keep it 99. So each day, we're going to get to the bottom of who's really telling the truth. Case in point, Justin Fields was named the Bears starter today, but before that news, his teammate, my former teammate, Jason Peters, gave him high praise, comparing him to a 4-time Pro Bowler. Take a listen.
Guys like Justin and Mike, those kind of guys that can use their feet, they always going to try to make a play. Those kind of guys are scary, so they definitely similar, arm strength and mobility.
So, Sel, is Jason Peters keeping it 100 or keeping it 99?
Man, is he still as big as I remember seeing him?
bigger.
Yeah, all right. He keeping it 199. Jason up there lying. Notice he said similar. You know how wide similar is when you talk about Michael Vick and Justin Fields right now? I know where he was trying to go. He was trying to basically say, hey, they both have similar traits and characteristics, but they are so vast in difference in execution so far. So keeping it 99.
I'm saying he's keeping it 100, one, because I played against him and he's still about 6'4", 340. But no, last he played with Michael Vick probably was at the same athletic level of Justin Fields. Don't sleep on Justin Fields. Fields ran a 4.4.
Dog, he don't do it. I know he got a muscle right here. What's that? That's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. That dude jumped.